Okay, my name is Philip Leo, and I'm gonna go over my ET Gray encounter. This is all celestial stuff. This is not something where I was taken away and to some location to talk about things. No, this happened last Friday, October 14th, 2022. And in order for you to understand how this happens, you need to understand what we call consciousness technology, which I did not put here, but these are the things that we're going to be going over on this video. Entry to the Grays, ET Part 2, Obama, Putin, ET Mafia War, from the celestial level, my special abilities, what is a medium. I am an ET and Celestial Channeler, remote viewing, Obama as an MK Ultra project, and ET Mafia. So basically, on the Obama, Putin, ET Mafia war, that is what's going on right now. This is a war over ET Mafia where Putin does not want to get into the reptilian alliance, where Obama is the head of the reptilian alliance according to these Greys. So I know that he was part of the Mars Jump Project. He had been to Mars, and Mars is where they have the intergalactic meeting under Mars. Nobody knows about this. Why was Obama brought on as president from being from Nigeria is because of a bloodline, but we're going to get into that later. First, I want to get into some of the abilities that I have so you know where do I get my information from? Okay, what is a medium? I have some medium abilities where people who've passed away, they can leave me what's called a one-time message. So, and I'm going to give you an example right now, a one-time message where my friend's mother had passed away, and she wanted me to give her son a one-time message to read John 3:5. John 3:5 basically states that you cannot get into heaven unless you've been baptized through water and the process. Okay, now there is a technology behind John 3:5, and we're going to go over that. Then I want to basically explain that I became a channeler where these ETs contacted me. I did not go out and look for them. They had contacted me via consciousness. So there is a whole technology behind consciousness. And I'm going to give you an example of the most one of the ways it was used is when the High Council needed to use Jesus to recruit 12 people as apostles to vibrate, to emulate the High Council. That was needed to be done so that there would be a meeting between Moses and the apostles, and they could see that was an incredible thing. How could you do that? It was because they needed to recruit 12 people on the ground, okay, which is Earth, so that they get those people baptized, and then they could vibrate to the higher level, and everybody could see them. And you're going to learn that in what I call consciousness technology. Now, the CIA has a program called Blue Beam, where they can get you to believe you've seen Jesus. Okay. Dr. Stephen Greer uses SETI 5, where you go to his location and then you could see the different ETs that vibrate at a very high level. Now, remote viewing is something that I get. I'm able to remote view, and I get what's called psychic hits. So if I go to a location, I may get a psychic hit on ISIS, which means there's something wrong over there. And then these beings tell me what's wrong over there. For example, with ISIS, they let me see all these women that came to me, and they would give me their testimonials of, oh, my husband did this, and that would go on for like a half an hour to an hour of all these testimonials from these women that they would testify to me what's going on. So it was brought to me because of the High Council. You're going to learn what that is. Obama as an MK Ultra project. And you're going to learn through the High Council of 12 what that is, and the ZT contract. and then the ET Mafia that we're going to go into. So then, how did this all start? Started in a meeting where I was laying down in my house, and they came to me knowing that I am a medium, and they brought me up to see this intergalactic banking of souls. So the intergalactic banking of souls is basically where the ETs have this. They're able to bring the souls up and down, but who controls that? Them physically is the reptilian alliance. So they are in all dimensions. They are in higher dimensions, medium dimensions, down to the planet Earth, into the ground. There's what's called the judge of the reptilians, and that judge, when you become part of the 20-year program with the government to go out into space and meet all these different ETs, some of them need an approval from the judge of the reptilians. And so you might hear some people tell you, well, I had to go down and pledge an allegiance, or tell them that the judge, and basically it's like an alligator guy who can speak. Okay, it's a reptilian, and he'll make you make promises that when you go out into space, then you meet these reptilians, that you will act in according, or act in a certain way. So again, I meet these souls, and one of them is the soul of. Remember, they all want to leave me a one-time message, but I can't. I don't want to open up that jinn. Really, is what it is. If I do that, I open up a jinn. So now I meet Putin's grandson, and then we talk slightly about what could we do, because I have a group of doctors. Like, I solve a lot of problems. Cancer, got that taken care of. There's a video I have there, 10 cures to cancer, natural cures you can cure yourself. Diabetes, we have 6 doctors. We got that unicity, it's all covered. Electricity, the complete energy system. So I am definitely, they're going to take me off all the channels that they can. But now we're getting down to the bottom line, and they're going to blow the bomb. Putin is thinking about blowing the bomb, so the Greys come to me and they go, hey, you need to do this video. You need to educate people on the intergalactic banking of souls. So now what happens with the intergalactic banking of souls in the Council of 12, why they brought Jesus down, was because you needed to be baptized in order to get out of this banking system where these reptilians kind of have a lot of control over that. In order to get out of that banking system of recycling and basically banking out your soul, you're going to get saved, and you do that by a technology which is the getting baptized. So when you go through that process, that takes you out of the reptilian banking system. Now you're no longer under their control. Now you're under the control of the High Council of 12. So hopefully that makes sense to you on a spiritual level. Then I'm going to get into where it goes into the government, where the CIA is controlling all the drugs, where the souls that go up and down, they want as many lost souls as possible. That's what gives them the power. So they want as many lost souls, and the magic number is 666. Why 666? Because 666 is they want 666% of lost souls. So when they get that many amount of lost souls percentages, they are winning. When the White House gets 666%, the majority, then we are winning. So when they went in there, and they were basically, the CIA had used the Mexican Mafia to upset the votes, and there's a whole thing on that on the video called 2000 Mules, and it explains how that all worked, so that they could get Obama team in there, which is the Reptilian Alliance, which basically has control, not control, but oversees all of these reptilians from the celestial level all the way down to the bottom. You're looking at the Reptilian Alliance. Now, Trump is not part of the Reptilian Alliance, nor is Putin. So now the war, the CT war, is over laundered money. We're going to get into that later, but I'm going to go more into the celestial part of it. I think I pretty much hit on it. Remember the 666 numbers, so that they get lost souls. And what we want to do is get as many people baptized so that we have more sanctified people that are celestial beings, that these beings will contact you and help you with this fight that we have. So hopefully this video helped you on a celestial level. Where the ET Mafia comes from is the Reptilian Alliance. Okay, so this is the end of part 2 on the celestial level. We're going to get into the political level in the next video, part 3.